Right now, I'm going to take my own advice and step down out of coaching. I am emotionally burnt out and therefore feel that I need a break. I'm just burnt out. I hope very much my players can understand where I'm coming from. I love those guys. I love these people. All the people of the Eagle organization. And it's not an easy thing to do to say goodbye to them. But as a professional coach, I feel I owe it to them. And I owe it to myself.
Dick Vermeil leaves behind more than just a one-loss record. As coach of the Eagles, he restored hope and confidence to a franchise that had lacked both for years. He taught a team and a town about the old-fashioned virtues of honesty and hard work. And above all, he cared about his players. In a sport that is regrettably so transient, loyalty was everything to Dick Vermeil. He was never afraid to show how much he cared, or the emotions that manifested such love. Dick Vermeil leaves with a lifetime career record of 57 wins, 51 losses, and a great deal more.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, 1992 was more than a football season. It will forever stand as a monument to the special legacy left by Jerome Brown.
Davey on three. 1, 2, 3. Davey! 1, 2, 3. Davey! 1, 2, 3. Davey! Davey on three. 1, 2, 3. Davey!
The painful reminders were ever present. Yet in many ways, the 1992 season proved to be as glorious as any in recent memory. It was a season of comebacks, a season of setbacks, a season of celebration.
They beat the New Orleans Saints, the Eagles' first playoff win since 1981.
At times, the 1992 Eagles were exhilarating, captivating an entire nation with their precision, their power, and their potency.
The Eagles have turned this game into a rout.
At other times, Eagle brilliance was obscured by a maddening inconsistency that left this talented team searching for its focus.
Jim McMahon is going to go in for Randall Cunningham. Sometimes we all need a pitch hitter. It's intercepted by Joyner. Touchdown, Seth Joyner!
But a decisive December turned a season on the brink into a season to savor. The 1992 Philadelphia Eagles rode an emotional roller coaster. Always, they played with passion and pride. In this season to remember, the tragedy of loss was channeled into a life-affirming force, fueled by an indomitable will and spirit that produced the finest Eagle season in 12 years. The sounds of summer were simply a prelude to questions that had to be answered. Would Randall Cunningham's surgically reconstructed knee survive the physical pounding of the punishing NFL season? Could Herschel Walker be the consistent running back that the Eagles had lacked in recent years? Could a team truly overcome the death of one of its most respected and well-liked players?
I still think that we don't believe it. I mean, he was such a important part of this team, and but I think the positive part of that is they're going to carry Jerome Brown with them through the whole season, because they've dedicated the whole season to Jerome Brown and what he stands for. And he stood for leadership, never quit, played when he was hurt, ultimate pro.
On opening day, the fallen warrior was remembered, his jersey retired in an emotional pregame ceremony. And some answers to the questions of summer began to unfold.
Randall gives off to Walker, off left tackle, breaks one tackle, cuts to the outside, 35-30, 25, cuts back at the 20, at the 15, Herschel Walker to the 10! Cunningham floats it, touchdown Herschel Walker!
Welcome to Philadelphia, Herschel Walker.
Cunningham backpedals, he looks, he's floating it for the end zone for Barnett, who leaps and has it for a touchdown!
Eagles 15, Saints 13. The Cunningham report card was incomplete, but a week later at Phoenix, number 12 began a run that would take him to the head of the NFL's quarterback class.
He's loading up. He's going deep down the far side. In full stride is Arkansas Fred. Touchdown! The Eagles have exploded. I'll tell you, Fred Barnett is special, but that was a magnificent throw from Randall Cunningham.
Could it be that Cunningham was better than he was before the injury?
Cunningham takes the deep snap. He steps up. He starts to run. He's going to hold on to the football. Cuts across midfield. 45-40, 35, and he strays down to the 30-yard line. It's the Randall Show. Cunningham fakes the Walker. He's back. He's up. He is floating it. And it is caught for a touchdown by Calvin Williams. Picture perfect play.
The Eagles limited the Denver Broncos to 82 total yards of offense, the team's best defensive performance in over 30 years.
Cunningham takes the deep snap. He fires. Complete to Calvin Williams at the 30, 25-20. He's going to go! This is a rout.
In the Superdome, the Eagles looked back to move forward. The memory of Jerome Brown illuminated their cause.
Eagles, baby. Eagles number one, baby. Eagles. JD!
Cunningham on play action is back. He's loading up. He wants Barnett deep. Racing. Has it. 5. Touchdown! Arkansas Fred Barnett!
In the NFL, a playoff game is a war of attrition. Check the score at the end of 60 minutes, not 30 minutes. And then you'll find out who should be cheering.
We gotta go score right now, baby.
Here is a mighty big play. 3rd and 10.5. Eagles rolling by 10. Cunningham, but no shotgun is back. He's loading up. He's floating it deep. Leaping. And a great touchdown catch by Fred Barnett. Fred Barnett leaping into the end zone, making a circus catch on the far side. And there is life.
Go pick it up here, Tank. Everybody's picking it up now.
On 1st down, Hebert is going to throw. He runs. He fires. It's intercepted by Joyner. 3rd and 1. Cunningham goes to Sherman. Takes the outside. He's got the touchdown! Sherman and the Eagles take the lead.
Hey, keep playing tough and smart.
Shotgun. Back goes Hebert. He's hit. He's
Safety.
fumbles.
Safety.
And it's going to be a safety, or is it?
Yep, they give it
a
to him.
safety. A safety as they get him in the end zone.
Reggie White's safety was followed by a Roger Ruzick field goal. Eric Allen then wrapped it up.
2:25 to go. It's looking good. Back goes Hebert again under a rush. Intercepted. And running in for a touchdown is Eric Allen. And now we'll tell you that this is no Superdome. The Eagles have blown the roof off the Superdome.
Never quit. Go on.
The 1992 Eagles had accomplished something no Eagles team had done in 12 years. And they did it with the same remarkable resolve that framed the entire season.
The big thing is this team has earned where they are right now. They've earned it through very tough football and playing for 60 minutes. And again, it's only the first step, guys.
Unfortunately, the final steps were taken a week later in Dallas. Yet this Eagles season was one that will not quickly be forgotten. It was a year forged by a very special sense of purpose. For the 5th consecutive season, the Philadelphia Eagles won 10 or more games, a remarkable measure of consistency that only one other NFL team had matched. And for the 4th time in the last 5 years, owner Norman Brayman and President Harry Gamble steered an organization that had earned a place in the playoffs. Along with Rich Kotite, they helped make 1992 a season to remember for one of the NFL's most successful franchises.
Sometimes it's just time.
Yes.
Sometimes you've got to define yourself. This is a chance to come out in front of your home fans, make a statement. That's what this team has to do. If you're who you think you are and who you hope you are, play like your hair's on fire. Make it happen.
Absolutely.
Let's go, baby. Let's go eat. Let's go, Trace. Let's go eat, baby. Let's go eat. Let's go eat.
Hey, it's a great opportunity for us, fellas. Playoff team, great quarterback. We got to take advantage of this opportunity. Let's go be great today.
This is where we want to be right now. This is where we want to be right now. Everybody maxed out. Look to your right, look to your left. Every time you break that huddle, just know everybody's right for everybody. All right, let's get it.
Get out, you got me? Yeah. Take it to him. Yeah, I will. Tired of it. I love it. Let's go.
Hey, nobody's going to give us. We're going to have to take it. Get your mind right to take it every play for the next 60 minutes. All of us together here on the ground. It's our home turf now. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You can hear the crowd behind us. Lions are going to make their way out momentarily. This is the home opener for them as they get set to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers lead the all-time series with a record of 7-4. Last meeting was in 2015. Captains making their way out to midfield.
Much respect, me, dog. Let's have some fun.
See you, bro. Ball out.
Yes, sir. Much respect, me, dog. Let's have some fun. Yes, sir.
Lions win the toss. They defer. Chargers will get the football first.
Kicking. Yeah.
So the Lions will kick off and put their defense out there. We're ready to roll. We're glad you're with us. Week 2 in the National Football League. Lions and Chargers right here from Ford Field in downtown Detroit. tries to go up and over. Lost the football. The Lions have got it. They took it away. Oh, how big is that? How big is that? The Lions have got the football recovered by Devon Kennard. Fellas, wake up. You got to play. Let's go.
Yes, that was
good. Grief. It's time. Let's go. Chargers up by 4. Lions with a big takeaway. Stafford's got it. Looks, throws, deep middle. And he's caught! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Oh, Kenny Golladay, that's outstanding! That is outstanding! Oh, 31 yards, and the Lions have the lead for the first time today. Stafford put that on a rope.
And you got these big body receivers that like to put their bodies in some of these little defensive backs. That was a great job of Kenny Golladay shielding the defensive back, keeping them on the backside, coming up with a hands catch, touchdown.
13-10, Lions lead it. Minute 10 to go in the game. 3rd and 19, LA from the Lion 28. Rivers out of the gun. Play clock at 5. Rivers takes the snap. 3-man rush for Detroit. Rivers long look into the end zone. It is intercepted by the Lions. Intercepted by Darius Slay. He's got it. Picked it off in the end zone. Oh, Darius, young man, you did it again. You did it again.
Yes, sir.
Oh, baby, stand up, everybody. It's not over yet, but that's one big play. Stafford on 3rd down. He's going to go left. Got it to flat. It is flat. And that's the first down. This game is over.
First down! First down! First down!
Two teams to meet out in the middle of the field. To say, John, well done, John. Better bet on this game. By the Detroit Lions.
Go, baby. Detroit Lions.
Final score, Lions 13, Chargers 10. This is Lions Radio.
Man, hey! How's that feel? You know why? 60 minutes, because that's what we're built for. 60 minutes. We played overtime last week, and we're in better shape than they are, man. Every game is like this. We just fight. Love it, enjoy it. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud how hard you fight. We empty the tank every week, we fill it back up, and we can win. It's a good team over there. We're better. Nice job.
Fight, man. There's some bad in that game. We got to clean up, but there's a lot of good too. Let's go. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
This NFL Films production is a presentation of the National Football League. Since 1971,
Veterans Stadium has been the cradle of pro football passion in Philadelphia. The 2002 season, the Eagles' last at the Vet, would be one of the team's finest. But before the wrecking balls could swing, the Eagles did a little demolition of their own.
He's going for the end zone, and it is intercepted on a tremendous play by Marvin Taylor.
Right now, at this moment in time, let's play like we love each other. 4 quarters of passion, baby.
In 2002, the Eagles would equal a franchise record by winning 12 regular season games.
And Paxton ran under the rainbow for the score.
Yet it wasn't the number of victories that made this team special, but the way in which many were achieved. No NFL team makes it through a season without adversity, and in 2002, the Eagles had their share. In Week 11, Donovan McNabb turned in one of the most heroic performances in NFL history, throwing 4 touchdown passes on a broken leg.
Look at McNabb hobbling. He can't even run.
He can hardly walk.
McNabb would miss 6 weeks.
He pushed. He shoved.
But the team would rally in his absence.
And finally, he crossed the plane.
Told that they would flounder without their biggest star, the McNabbless Eagles claimed victory in 5 of their final 6 games, and along the way became a team in every sense of the word.
A.J. Feely going to Paxton on the fade. He's got a touchdown.
The Eagles' dramatic stretch run earned them a 2nd consecutive division title, proving that the spirit of brotherhood is alive in South Philadelphia. After an opening day loss at Tennessee, the Eagles traveled to Washington for a Monday night showdown against the Redskins. Under head coach Andy Reid, the Eagles had not lost back-to-back games in 2 years. In 2002, that trend would continue in convincing fashion.
He looks, he's going to dash. He runs to his right. He cuts, he dives. Touchdown, Eagles! McNabb is back, fires for the end zone, caught for a touchdown by Jeff Thomason.
Donovan McNabb connected with 10 different receivers as Philly rolled up over 450 yards of total offense. A 47-yard turn and burn sealed the Eagles' most one-sided win over the Redskins in 52 years.
Levens just sprints to daylight, riding the back of that big offensive line, and nobody puts a glove on him.
You know the game won and lost by us, dog. We protect the line. If anybody cross that line, we got to show them how bad we are.
In 2002, the offensive line truly was a bad bunch, sending 3 starters to the Pro Bowl: Jermaine Mayberry, Trey Thomas, and John Runyon.
Go. Damn. He got me again.
Possessing a lineman's spirit is running back Deuce Staley. While surpassing 1,000 yards on the ground, Staley compiled a career-best 1,570 all-purpose yards. In 2002, Staley was just one part of an offense that scored 415 points, the most ever in franchise history. A season-high number of those points were recorded in the Eagles' final home opener at Veterans Stadium.
Home opener now, time to set the tempo for the rest of the year. How are we going to play at home? We play on this football field like it is our property. We own it.
1st and 10 Eagles, play action, back goes McNabb. He wants it all, going down the far side, touchdown, James Flash!
The Eagles' multifaceted offense was at its best as McNabb threw touchdown passes to 3 different receivers.
Catching the football near the last start is Freeman. Freeman at the 15, at the 10. He is in for the touchdown. The Cowboys had a defensive breakdown.
I mean, this guy's lost. One-on-one deal right there. Yeah. You left a little bit that side of him.
Innovative play calling resulted in 44 points, the most ever by the Eagles against the Cowboys.
Quick pitch goes to Westbrook. He's looking to throw. He fires. Touchdown! Brian Westbrook on a halfback pass with a little sidearm motion.
The offense was the hit of the day, but the hit of the year came on special teams.
The kickoff is high and taken by Smith at the goal line. He is just clobbered at the 15-yard line by Sheldon Brown.
Listen up. It doesn't matter who's more fired up. It matters who plays better.
In 2002, the Eagles' special teams simply were better.
Brian Mitchell! He has just set an NFL record for return touchdowns. That is the 13th of his career.
It's a fake, and the pitch goes to Akers. Akers has the first down across the 20.
En route to his second Pro Bowl, David Akers set a club record with 133 points, including the final 13 points in a win over the Bears.
And the kick is good, and Akers has his 4th field goal of the day.
In nature, few things are more fearsome than the cry of the mighty eagle. With the Buccaneers in town, the Birds were ready to take wing against the eventual Super Bowl champs.
Looking, he has time, he wants it all, he's going deep, and it is caught for a touchdown by Todd Dixon! The bomb! What a pass, what a catch!
In the fourth quarter, McNabb called his own number to put the game away.
McNabb, play action, rolling, he's gonna run, he's in!
The win marked the 3rd consecutive year in which the defense did not allow Tampa to score an offensive touchdown.
He's hit! He fumbles the football!
There was the hammer, and that could be the Matt Bad Auto Sales splattered the game.
Splattered is how most quarterbacks wound up facing the Eagles' aggressive defense.
It's time to unleash the dogs of war. Go forth into battle and claim your prize.
By using multiple blitz packages and a relentless pursuit of the ball, the defense kept opponents off the scoreboard and on the ground. They led the NFL with 56 sacks and finished 2nd in points allowed.
Oh, is he clobbered?
Takedowns led to turnovers, and in 2002, they came in bunches. The secondary was the best in football, sending 3 out of 4 starters to the Pro Bowl. The corners were number 21 Bobby Taylor, who led the team in interceptions, and Troy Vincent, a 4-time Pro Bowler.
Going deep, and it is intercepted by Troy Vincent in the end zone.
You can't throw at him.
Completing the Pro Bowl trio is safety Brian Dawkins, who became the first player in NFL history to intercept a pass, record a sack, recover a fumble, and catch a touchdown in the same game.
It's a fake, and it goes to the pitch. Running with the football wide open, getting a block is Brian Dawkins. Dawkins across the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! It was a fake all the way.
In their final Monday night game at the Vet, the 4-2 Eagles showed the nation how Donovan McNabb can affect the outcome of a game with just one play.
Back goes McNabb. He is looking. He is pumping. Now he's being chased. He's going to run. He's got the first down. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20. He's in! Touchdown!
Donovan McNabb doing it on his own.
That is a play that only McNabb can make.
But not even McNabb's ability could prevent the Eagles' worst loss in 3 years.
He is hit. He fumbles, and what turned out
a nightmare started out as a game the Eagles were solemnly expecting to win.
The sting of that defeat would pale in comparison to what happened the following week against Arizona on just the third play of the game.
And he's going to stop and be hit and brought down and sacked. The football comes loose, and McNabb is hurt. McNabb is hurt.
Well, McNabb got twisted like a pretzel, and he was almost doubled over backwards. And you can see the right knee being twisted.
He's starting to kind of, like a warrior, get back up to his feet.
After leaving with what was thought to be a sprained ankle, McNabb returned for one of the gutsiest performances in recent memory. With no rushing attempts for the first time in his career, McNabb willed his team forward by throwing 4 touchdown passes on a broken leg.
He's looking. He is firing down the left sideline. Caught for a touchdown by Todd Pinkston.
He's making plays on a bad knee, a bad ankle, and he made that look like he had done it every day of his life.
Look at McNabb hobbling. He can't even run.
No, he can hardly walk.
The unthinkable, the thing that Eagles fans feared would never happen. It has happened. Donovan McNabb may be lost for the season. He broke his ankle. He is expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. It is dark and gloomy and raining here, and that's what the situation with the Eagles is right now.
Do we miss Donovan McNabb? Yeah, you're talking about a guy that was a potential MVP of the National Football League.
Whoever may step in, if I'm not there, is going to open up some eyes, and I think the offense is going to continue on.
The general's been shot. It's time to rally the troops.
In his first start in nearly 3 years, backup quarterback Koy Detmer ran for 1 touchdown and threw for 2 more.
Back goes Detmer. He's pumping. He is going deep, and it is caught. In for a touchdown is Todd Pinkston.
But with the game in hand, adversity struck again.
Big problem. Detmer's hurt. Detmer is seriously hurt. It looks bad from this viewpoint.
Oh, wow.
He's in a situation where they need to get him in and take care of him right away. And almost the entire...
Look at this. And the 49ers,
team.
And the 49ers are coming out on the field.
And the 49ers as well come out.
The 49ers, many of the 49ers are coming over to wish Koy Detmer well.
Koy Detmer dislocated his elbow. He's doubtful for this weekend.
Facing his most challenging task as head coach, Andy Reid refused to scale back his game plan. The ball was now in the hands of third-string quarterback Adam Joshua Feely, a second-year pro who hadn't started a game since his junior year at Oregon in 1999.
Back goes Feely. He is going for the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. James Flash. But there's a penalty. It's coming back.
Although the touchdown didn't count, Feely's confidence did. He ran Andy Reid's offense competently and received plenty of support from the defense.
Back goes Warner. They bury him! They bury him! And Calo!
In their most dominant performance of the year, the defense recorded 8 sacks and scored the game's only touchdown.
Back goes Warner under a run. Gets away from Douglas. Puts it in the air. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. And running in for a touchdown is Bobby Taylor.
There was a newfound energy on the team. The next week in Seattle, Feely's belief in himself grew stronger, and everyone wanted to play better.
The give us to Staley. Steps over a man at the 20. Comes to the 15, the 10, the 5. To Staley. Leaving Seahawks in his wake.
In all, the Eagles won 4 of their final 5 games.
It's intercepted. Down the right side of the field.
And when the time came for their last regular season game at Veterans Stadium, the Birds were ready to clinch their 2nd consecutive division title.
Look here, this the last game in the vet, baby. We're gonna be here for playoffs, but this the last regular season, baby. We got to make it memorable. After we win this, we're gonna celebrate right here. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
The Eagles did deliver a memorable performance, rallying around A.J. Feely and closing out one of the most unforgettable regular seasons in team history.
At the 30, 25, 20. Cuts to his left at the 15, at the 10. To Staley. Walks in for the touchdown. Back goes Feely, sprinting to the right. Looking, firing, complete. Touchdown. A.J. Feely on the run.
The Redskins are ready to pack it in.
On 2nd down. He gets it to Betts. He fumbles. Let's see, a fight for the football. And I believe Carlos Emmons has it.
He was never touched.
He's running with the ball. He's at the 30, at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. Carlos Emmons for a touchdown!
Philadelphia won back-to-back division titles for the first time ever, and Andy Reid was named Coach of the Year.
I don't get no hat. Well, I tell you, we short on the hats today.
About the only thing they didn't do was bring enough hats.
You just made history, huh? Just made history. Give yourself a little hand. Give yourself a little hand. 2 in a row.
NFC East champ. 1, 2, 3. NFC East champ.
On a clear Saturday night in January, the frenzy that is NFL playoff football descended upon Veterans Stadium. Standing in the way of the Eagles' postseason dreams was the sensation of the 2002 season, quarterback Michael Vick. But early in the first quarter, the Falcons' phenom would find the Eagles' defense tailor-made to stop him.
Back goes Vick, gives ground. He is firing. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Bobby Taylor. Bobby Taylor picked off the pass down the right side to the 10. Bobby Taylor for the touchdown.
A very, very solid pass rush. With Darwin Walker coming up the middle, Michael Vick gets rid of the football. Bobby Taylor steps in front of it, and he takes it to the house.
Bobby Taylor's touchdown was only the beginning of a defensive performance that would leave the young Vick feeling victimized. But the pounding of Vick was only a subplot to the main story of the evening, the return to action of Donovan McNabb, who iced the game in the fourth quarter.
They have a 4th and a yard. McNabb, play action, rolling, looking, firing, complete. The pass goes to Thrash, and he runs in for the touchdown. And the Eagles, for the second year in a row, have advanced to the NFC Championship. And a win next week, and it's off to sunny California, but that will not be easy.
On a frigid afternoon in South Philly, the Eagles prepared to play their final game ever at Veterans Stadium.
Approaches the football, kicks it, the game is underway.
Their opponent, the Buccaneers.
It is coming down to Mitchell at the 8.
The stakes, enormous.
And across the 10, 15.
A trip to Super Bowl 37.
Cuts back at the 25-30, 35-40, gets a block, he's in midfield. Cuts back again, finally tackled inside the box 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line.
And the crowd is going wild. And that's the way you start off a championship football game.
Second offensive play of the game. Deuce Staley up the middle. He's at the 15, the 10. Touchback at the 5. Touchdown, Deuce Staley. We have a 7-0 Eagles lead just 52 seconds into this game.
But for the next 59 minutes and 8 seconds, there was little to cheer about.
And this Bucs team doesn't look the least bit cold.
Throws the shoulder, touchdown Tampa Bay!
For the sake of the emotional health of this entire area, things better change for the Eagles in these next 15 minutes. And it's intercepted! And with that, ends the dream for this season.
No! A hush goes over the entire stadium.
It was a bitter end to a fine season. There would be no Super Bowl, no grand farewell to the stadium that had echoed the cheers of so many seasons. Over time, the sting of this defeat will fade, but the memories forged during 31 years at the Vet will not.
Veterans Stadium,
The glistening new home of the Eagles was an optimistic sight for Philadelphia fans as 1971 began.
Over the years, the vet was the scene of many big wins.
Lazard going to slant it. Intercepted. Intercepted by Frank Lemasters, who takes it up.
Within its walls, there were spectacular performances
Bullet being flattened at the 10, but throwing the ball to Jones for a touchdown.
and unforgettable moments.
They give it to Smith and they stop him again! They stop him again!
There was also a game that sent the Birds Super Bowl bound.
Jaworski gives off inside, running with Montgomery on the right side.
It was here that an entire generation of Eagles fans learned to cheer and boo, and above all, to always be passionate about their team. Now the time has come for the
If you're heading down 95 this evening, be prepared for traffic. It's the grand opening of the Link.
In 2003, the Philadelphia Eagles left 31 years of tradition at Veterans Stadium behind and began a new era in a new home. Welcome to the land of Lincoln. In a Monday night debut of their new stadium, the team from the city known for its fighting spirit called on a sacred South Philly icon for inspiration.
Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. You know, when you think Philadelphia, you have to think Rocky. What an appropriate time to bring out Stallone.
Little did the defending NFC East champs realize how appropriate it was, for the start to their season would be as rocky as any in recent memory. Despite their opening night fervor, the Birds would be knocked cold in their inaugural game at Lincoln Financial Field by the defending Super Bowl champion Buccaneers. The Eagles would stagger to a 2-3 start and appeared an unlikely contender to go the distance. But they would rise to their feet through the resolve of the players, steadfast coaching, and a miracle play that saved the season.
Ryan Westbrook! He's going! He's gone! Touchdown!
From there, they left adversity behind, rattling off a franchise record 9-game win streak that defied conventional football wisdom. Defensively, they had trouble stopping the run, but were among the NFL's stingiest when it came to points allowed.
They've got him! They've got him! What a goal line stand, ladies and gentlemen!
On offense, they didn't field a 1,000-yard receiver or rusher, but spread the ball to many waiting hands.
He's looping it for Pinkston, who catches it!
Might be you, might be you, might be you, might be you.
And ran it successfully by committee.
Touchdown by the Wizard of Westbrook! Staley off the left side, ran low to the ground. He's in. Touchdown. He leaps. Touchdown. Terrell Buckholder.
One thing they did consistently was win.
It's intercepted. And running across the 5 and in for the touchdown is M.D. Cologne.
Some called them lucky.
No good again. John Casey with one of his worst afternoons.
But in the NFL, luck comes to those who persevere. And no team fought through more adversity in 2003 than the men in green, or was as deserving of fate's good fortune.
4th and 26. And it is caught by Freddie Mitchell.
The Eagles christened their new nest with a 3rd straight NFC East title and served notice to all. Their address may have changed, but their fighting spirit remains the same.